Okay, once you have your line drawing done in Sharpie, you are ready to start painting it. And what we're going to do is what's called a wash. So we're going to take our temper cakes and we are going to paint right over the Sharpie, but we want our temper cakes to be very watery this time, which means a lot of water and some paint. And if you keep your brush and your water nice, keep your paint nice and watery, then you can just do a nice wash right over that Sharpie there. Now, if you put too much paint on, then what ends up happening is you paint right over that and you can't see the Sharpie, so you can see the difference there. If that happens, you can take a tissue and I want you to blot it away. Don't wipe. If you wipe, you'll wipe that paint all over your paper. So again, nice and watery there and a nice wash. Now, my mountain is going to be a brown mountain and I have brown trees in front of it. So what I need to do is I need to either lighten or darken my mountain. I am going to darken it by adding a little bit of black to my brown and just mixing it right there in the palette. I'm going to add a lot of water down there, and even still I'm going to have to take my tissue and blot it away. Blotting is patting, okay? Just pat it. And what you can actually do, put down a couple of layers that are blotted and you'll still get that nice color. As you can see, the Sharpie shows through, leaving your beautiful line work. But now with the color, those areas are unified more. You're using unity, which is one of our art principles. And you are therefore better able to distinguish each area. Okay, now see, that's too much paint. I take my tissue, I just blot it away. Still leaves that color. This process should go fairly quickly, especially compared to doing the line work itself. You should be able to fairly easily tell where you haven't painted there. Even though the paints are very light. Now you probably also want a lot of good contrast. So for instance, the red of my lava against the brown of my mountain will provide a lot of good contrast. Additionally, a bright green for the leaves of the palm trees will also have a good contrast. So again, I get some paint on that red there and have it light enough that the Sharpie shows through, still vibrant enough to look colored in. If you need a smaller brush, I have smaller brushes available. I don't want you to use a much bigger brush than the 1/2-inch brush. Because otherwise then, when you color it in, it just ends up looking sloppy. Alright, just like that. And then the last thing I'm going to do before I let you get to work is I want to show you these leaves, and I could even make it a light green or a yellow green. Might look really bright, or a light yellow green. White, yellow, and green right there. Got a nice color there. Oh, a little too vibrant or a little too dark of paint. There we go. Add a little more water to my mixture here. Now because these paints are very watery, you've got to paint very carefully, otherwise the paint will smear. And I'm going to go over that again because I blotted it. And I don't want it to look faded. So I add a couple layers of blotted paint. There we go. There, that looks good. Go ahead and fill in all of those little white cracks. I don't want any white paper showing on your paintings here. Now see, that red looks too vibrant now, so I'm just going to get a brush full of water and paint it out. There we go, just like that. There we go. Okay, then I would finish coloring the whole thing in, and that's it.